Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your host, Jasmin Haley, for another episode of the Breakthrough to Excellence podcast. It is our final episode for the season, and I just wanted to do a few informal check ins and just let you know what is happening in the Breakthrough to Excellence Network universe. So, as you have seen, the last couple of episodes that I have been doing where it's just me training have been all about speaking. What has been the change, Jasmin? Well, the change is that I'm going back to the work that I've always done. When I first started my business in 2016, it was all centered and around my work as a speaker and in hosting events, and I leverage my expertise to do some form of consulting, but it was not my main focus. So, in growing my own business beyond the Prophy and going across all over the nation, sharing my knowledge and information, I've also had the opportunity to consult with individuals. And so when 2019, when I decided to pivot and in 2020 make the whole entire change pivot to my business model, I decided to focus in on specifically women business owners who are looking to scale. But this is what y'all need to realize was that your girl was not in alignment because of some microaggressions I've dealt with in the past, because I had internalized certain situations that happened within my own business. I was afraid to branch out and really do what made my heart sing, which was helping others with their speaking. In fact, I had tried a speaking program several years ago that unfortunately did not kick off in the previous industry that I was in the healthcare industry. In fact, I often was met with other practitioners who were squawking at me charging $500 for a course that outlined exactly what to do to grow their business through speaking and gave them the actual tools that I spent thousands of dollars of reaching and only gave it to them for $500. And yet they still, my friends, were not happy with what I provided. But here's the key thing here. I didn't understand my value, which therefore they couldn't come up to my value. And what hurt even more in some of those situations was that those same individuals that gave me a hard time for the investment that I was asking for my speaker program were often the ones that would go to my white colleagues and spend thousands of dollars for the same information that I was sharing. And so, y'all, I let a false narrative, which was a complete lie, stop me from actually doing the speaker training that I wanted to do. So, after doing that business pivot, after 3 failed launches, y'all, not one, not two, but 3 failed launches, I knew something in the program that I was offering was not in alignment. So, what did I decide to do? I decided to get still. I decided to allow God to direct my steps and where He wanted me to go, and to make sure that I was in alignment with what He had given me as my own God given talents. As you all have known, I've talked about how speaking has been such a pivotal part of even my professional career as a high school student, and now as an adult, as I am going around sharing the information that makes my heart sing. And so what I decided to do was put off all the reservations, every false story that I was telling myself, and get to a place where I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm going to put out my program. And within a few weeks, I put out the Legacy Scalar Heart Driven Speaker Program, and I opened the doors for that. And what occurred was something I was not expecting, a flood of people interested in working with me for speaking. That's right. All the lies I was telling myself that as a woman of color, no one would be interested in hearing me tell them the actual steps in order to build a sustainable source of income through speaking were all lies. The floodgates came in with prospective clients. I recently just sold out my legacy speaker retreat, all with individuals outside of the healthcare industry, and many of them women of color. So this helped me to appreciate that Oftentimes in our own businesses, we tell ourselves these false stories. We tell ourselves that there's no way that I can build a sustainable source of income doing what I love. And I want you to ask yourself if what you're telling yourself is that associated with lies? Is that limiting beliefs? Is that the devil, as some people would say, that are preventing us from actually moving forward with what we know we're supposed to be doing? My friends, as soon as I became alive, it was easier for me to launch. It was easier for me to sit and share my story. It was easier for me to find clients to help shape their desires and goals when it comes to speaking. So when we come back in 2022, this will no longer be the Breakthrough to Excellence podcast, y'all. This will be the Monetize Thy Stage podcast, and it's going to be all about speaking. If you notice, the imagery has changed, and that's because the direction of all the work that I do has changed. I have a 6-month consulting program for people who want to take their business to the next level by means of using speaking, who want to learn my proprietary process, the heart methodology, to create content that reaches the hearts of their audience. I have my speaker VIP days where I'm actually helping to support speakers who are looking to either enhance their curriculum, their messaging, or to strengthen the business side of speaking through their core messaging. And of course, we have our legacy speaker retreat, which is going to happen twice a year. And that is going to give each of you the ability to work on your presentation delivery and design skills, but most importantly, to gather the marketing assets that you need in order to position yourself as a thought leader in your industry. Y'all, my program is freaking amazing. And it's because I am aligned and I am learning to lean into naturally where I've always was supposed to be. And the lies are no longer taking the driver's seat in my own life. One of the extra highlights that we're going to be working on building out into my business is being able to support the speakers with done for you services. That's right. I have an incredible team. We're going to be able to make your marketing assets, your lead magnet, email sequences, landing page, speaker media kit, anything that you could possibly need to enhance and position yourself as a speaker. My team is going to be working to make those things for you so that there's no longer any excuse of I don't have time or I don't have the resources available to take your business to the next level. So I cannot wait to see you in 2022. We're going to be sharing so much incredible information, sharing stories of other entrepreneurs who are all there to help you gather your voice, but most importantly, to reach the hearts of your audience. I hope you have gotten a measure of inspiration from hearing my own journey and how I have never given up. I thought about it. I was this close, y'all, but I haven't. I've persevered. And what we all have to realize is that there's a huge amount of resiliency that we all have. So until then, I am sending you all a big, big, warm virtual hug. And I'll see y'all in season 3 of the Monetize Thy Stage podcast.